we make the strings.
Alright, what's up guys? So in today's video I'm basically going to continue wet sanding the whole entire rest of the car. Right before we went left for Vegas to head out to the SEMA show, I went ahead and I set the hatch on it, the rear bumper, the side skirt, and the front bumper, just so I could kind of, you know, take a random picture so that I could at least show people out there that I at least got something accomplished on here. So that's kind of what it's going to look like, I guess, but a whole lot better because it'll actually be, you know, fully put together and some wheels and stuff on it. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for wheels on this thing yet. Kind of temporarily, it's going to be the wheels off of this car. These are those 19s. They're not bad. They have a decent sized lip on them, and then you know, they need a little bit of a refresh on them. But I think that'd be pretty cool to kind of restore those things and throw them on there, or figure something else out.
Alright, so here today we have Trevor scratching the Supra, trying to rush it, all the work.
I'm not trying to rush it. No,
what do you say about that, Trev?
I'm upset. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
He's upset all the sandy, the little dark spots. So now he gives up.
Well, I'm not giving up. I'm just, I don't know. I kind of want to just, like, instead of painting it red again, just, you know, throw another coat of base coat on it and clear over that and just be like, all right, it's just a normal color now, not this candy thing. I mean, or just paint it black, just a black Supra. Oh, or yeah. I could do what I initially thought about doing, was doing the whole front black and then just do the back little portion this red. You know, like the drift car.
Oh yeah.
You know, black, silver, and red.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
You don't think that'd be good? No, but look at the hood. Can you see all that?
I can see it. So you're just gonna need to sand it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just upset.
Remember when I was like, after the car came out, I was like, you should just paint everything else in the shop. Look at it in the camera.
Alright guys, so I have some explaining to do, but I guess about this whole paint and the process that it's gonna take to get it to, you know, almost where I want, because I don't think I'm ever gonna be 100% happy with it, just because, you know, I painted it myself and I could blame myself, and there's things that I could always do. You know, I'm not a professional, you know, but I don't know. So as you can see all this dirt and stuff here. If you look at that spot right there, I don't know what that is. Can you see that?
Barely. Hold on, let me. I don't know. Looks like a fingerprint.
It's not a fingerprint anymore. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And then a bug. There's a bug that got up up here.
So it's like the juke.
Right there. Yeah. See, look. There's a bug that got in that one.
Yeah. Tight.
So yeah, essentially what I'm doing is I'm wet sanding this thing down with 800 grit. The plan is to spray over it again with one more coat of the candy red in the clear coat, just like we did with everything else. Because there's a couple spots, like if you look on the bottom of this fender right here, like in the gap, I guess. You could especially come over here. Look at this one.
Oh, I know you get in the hurries.
So it's like it's light right there. So there's not really any like red stuff on it. So that kind of looks like crap.
And the side skirt.
There was a spot on the side skirt that basically goes right there on the side skirt. Is kind of light as well. So I mean I need to do a coat of the candy on it. Kind of the plan is, if you guys seen in the last video where I said I ruined the Supra paint when I was doing the little test like buff sections on the quarter panel. And then the wing end's light. Yeah, and the wing end's light. But so there's those little dark spots that are going to be basically like all over the Supra in certain little spots. I don't know. It isn't going to be terrible, but they're going to bug me. But yeah, so right now I'm just wet sanding, but it's kind of a big pain in the butt. So if you look on this door, I don't know if David will be able to catch it. So, well, see like that piece right there.
Well, I mean that just needs to be sanded down.
Well, it just needs to be sanded a little bit more. But there's a couple tiny little spots.
I thought you're doing scales on the Supra.
Supra scales?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see that. But see, like, that one isn't really that big of a deal because I could easily get that one, but look at that one right next to it.
It doesn't like that for close to there.
So that's like a super tiny guy. Super tiny little guy. And there's like kind of a bunch, not a bunch of those, but essentially, if I were to do like another like candy coat over that, like that little spot would be darker. I'm assuming it'd be darker.
I mean, I think if you sanded it down so it was even, it wouldn't be.
I know. I'm tired of sanding. I've only sanded this much so far, and I'm just like, no, screw sanding.
I mean, you can sand a little bit each day.
Well, and then the issue is then
you're gonna have a lot of sanding videos.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to make sanding videos. Sanding videos are boring. Who wants to watch me sand the Supra some more?
Well,
I guess it's not primer, but
I mean, they'd probably like to see you like have a clean paint job after all that sanding.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna go through a quick little bit of the steps, show you kind of how long it takes. I'm gonna do this little section of the hood. We'll try to clean that up a little bit. I'm using this 3M 800 grit sandpaper, wet or dry, and I did actually get accepted to the Amazon Influencers program. If you check in the description, it's amazon.com/shop/motionautotv, and basically in there I'm able to put like all the random things that I kind of shout out in my videos and products and stuff. I do get a little bit of a kickback from that, and it you know, in general, it just helps out the channel, and then I don't got to go bugging companies trying to, you know, it's easier this way. But anyhow, you guys get to, you know, easily buy and find all of the products that I commonly use in here. I put like the welder in there, you know, the sanding blocks, all that stuff. But be sure to check that out. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start wet sanding this thing. I already wiped it down with the microfiber and the and some water just to get like the shop dust off of it.
I was wondering what all those scratches were from.
Yeah, it is. Which they're all. I mean, I'm getting ready to scratch it with this, so it don't really matter. But so let's do that as the test guy right there. So there's the little dark guy. And so I guess essentially the tools in my bucket right now is
hands.
Yeah, hands. I got these green gloves, my Walmart watch. I have this little squeegee. If you guys were wondering what I was doing with that, I'm going to show you. And I have this little, it's like a sanding block, little backing pad thing. Basically just a little bucket of soapy water. I like to use like that palm olive dish soap in there. Seems like it works real well. Kind of adds a little bit, you know, makes it a little slicker. But yeah, so we're gonna do like this little test panel, and I'll kind of show you what we're going for and what we're looking at. You can kind of hear, if you hear it like screeching almost, that means that there's typically something like underneath it, and probably the thing that got underneath it was that piece of dirt I actually picked up. So if you're ever like final wet sanding and you ever hear the sandpaper like screech, then just stop, you know, dip your thing in the bucket, wipe off the panel, and make sure you're, you know, not basically just dragging dirt through the whole panel. You can kind of hear it screech a little bit there too. And kind of do like a crisscross applesauce type of thing. You know, sand the panel, you know, one way. It just seems like it helps it kind of cut a little bit faster. So then I'll take my squeegee right here, you gotta find the good end that does the clean edge. So you can see, let's see, we'll start from the, alright, so there's that big piece. You can still see I need to go down a little bit more. And then this is all like orange peel in there. And so basically all the spots that are still shiny are, you know, low spots essentially, and everything that's dull is nice and level and flat. So we just need to keep going with it. Until we get it all uniform and even. An 800 grit is, I guess, considered kind of aggressive, but like I said, I'm going to be re-clear coating over this anyhow with another 2 coats of clear coat after everything is all said and done with the other coat of stuff. But I always like to check the panel, you know, a couple times, make sure. You can see that's already evened out quite a bit as far as the orange peel. A lot of that orange peel that was in here before, you can see there's still some down on the front and then kind of on the edges, and then basically all these little low spots, and that's all from dirt. Yeah, we just keep on going. Kind of put a little bit more emphasis on the edges. You always got to be kind of careful around the edges because basically the paint just kind of rolls off of the edge, and you know, especially in like a curve. So kind of like this part of the hood is kind of a hump, so you know, you're going to assume that the clear coat kind of rolls away from that. So there's going to be less clear coat here than down in this little, you know, ripple right there. So you got to kind of take that into account when you are wet sanding, so you're not taking off too much material. So now you can see that thing's getting a little bit lower. Kind of at this point, I'll take a little less aggressive thing. This is like a little 1500 grit, like little nibbing pad. Sometimes it's a little bit easier because you can just kind of focus in that area, and it's a little flatter. Still try to feather it out a little bit because you don't want like a low spot in the clear coat essentially. So we'll see what that did. Yeah, that pretty much got down to the bottom of it. So yeah, now that's not really visible in the clear coat, or like sticking up or like a low spot, but it's visible because there's like actually a piece of lint in there, which is kind of the issue.
I mean, it'll probably cover. You won't be able to see it. I don't think using Brandon's booth again though is gonna.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna do me any good.
Yeah, I think that just made like more of an issue.
I guess one quick thing we'll do is I'll show you guys again, I guess, the process of I'll polish that real quick, and we'll see how visible like that piece of dirt is going to be. So now I'm switching from an 800 grit to a 1000 grit. I'm going to basically polish or sand out those 800 grit scratches with this 2000 or with this 1000 grit. Kind of doing the crisscross applesauce thing. And as you can tell, this takes a decent amount of time. And honestly, doing this kind of goes really, really quick just because it's such a small piece and you could focus on this thing, whereas if you're doing the whole door, you know, you got to clean it all off and make sure that you got absolutely every single edge of it. So yeah, now we're getting down to, you know, basically no orange peel anymore. And the one thing I need to do is get some different sandpaper. So this is a piece of 2000 grit, and this will basically take out most of those 1000 grit scratches. We're not going for like a 100%, you know, show quality shine right here. I'm just kind of doing this real quick to kind of show you what the, I guess hopefully not the end product of this thing looks like because of the little dark spots in it. And you can hear that?
Sound like something was in it?
Mm-hmm. And doing this by hand is definitely not fun.
And that's how you get nice paint jobs.
I don't even know if it's worth it though.
Why?
Because holy shit. Alright guys, so whipping out the handy dandy buffer. This is some Finesse, some SRC. It's scratch resistant clear coats. This gives like essentially like really hard clear coat. And it seems to work really well on this stuff. I use the Deltron. Normally if I was going to do this on something that's like the final thing, I would actually clean the pad. But get that a little wet. Put a little bit of this stuff on here. We'll see if she polishes out. So we can get I guess a bad idea. An upsetting look into the future. He's good, man. I think it's like too hard now, like the clear. I almost need to compound it before. It is essentially just like a polish. It's not a like a
doesn't cut.
Yeah, it doesn't really cut. But when the clear was like 3 days old, it polished it out nice.
Feel something right there. Yeah.
You can see it didn't quite polish it all the way out, but
yeah,
it does need like a cutting.
You can see the dark spots, but I mean, I just feel like, I don't know. I think once it's polished, it's gonna like fucking. It might look blotchy. Cause it kind of looks like, I don't know. It kind of looks like fucking like almost.
Yeah.
Like when you look, like when it moves. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's I guess that's kind of where we're at, huh? Should I do some actually compound it and see what that does?
I mean, you could try. I need to wipe it off.
So this is some hand glaze, and basically I'm gonna basically kind of hand buff it, and it'll take out some of them like last minute swirls I installed. That's gonna get the full compound, but that's better.
Yeah. It looks like a I don't know, like a shitty paint, like buff job almost.
It looks like shit, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like somebody who didn't know how to buff a car.
Yeah, me.
It looks like when you like take your shit to the touch car wash its whole life, and then it looks like that.
Mm-hmm. And that's what the Supra's gonna be, guys. All right, guys. Well, I think I think this is pretty much gonna be it for today's video. I don't know. It's definitely gonna take me a little bit longer than expected. But I don't know. I have so much damn money in material on this thing so far, and the bad thing is the clear coat that I was gonna buy for it is, I think it's at like another $300 a gallon or almost $400 a gallon with the hardener, and that's that Deltron, the 2021 clear, which I guess is really good stuff. I've never used it before, but with a candy color, it since it's kind of transparent, the sun will kind of burn it out of it if you don't have a really high quality clear coat with like a lot of UV protection and stuff. So I definitely want to put that on here. I'm I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm probably like picking it apart, you know, like myself, as far as, you know, the whole like little dirt spots and stuff on it. I mean, I guess I should just, you know, quit thinking I'm a professional and that I'm gonna get like professional results, like, you know, doing all this stuff myself. But you know, I don't know. I spent a lot of time on it. I just want it to turn out nice. But I think overall, once we get it resprayed with you know, the other coat of candy and the clear and buffed and polished and everything, I mean, it's gonna be a shiny red Supra. And I mean, if you guys have ever seen a shiny red Supra, I don't think really anybody's going to care too much if there's any dark things, and I probably won't care either. You know, especially when we're making Jay-Z noises and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air right now on whether I actually want to paint this in the paint booth again. I mean, I don't know. I honestly feel like I almost get cleaner paint jobs, like just painting in the shop. I mean, I painted my drift car in the shop. I've painted like, I don't even know how many other cars in here like that. You know, hoods, fenders, bumpers, all that stuff. I feel like I don't get that much stuff in it compared to this. And even if I do, it's normally stuff, you know, kind of like this, and not necessarily these big chunks and stuff. I don't know, we are getting towards winter. It's actually kind of snowing a little bit outside right now here in Colorado. But yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of sanding to do, and I'm sure you guys are tired of watching sanding videos and stuff, so I might not actually film a bunch of this, or maybe I'll just do a quick little time lapse right before we start spraying it. But let me know what you guys think. If you think I should put up some sort of like a booth in here, or if I should just wet the floor down. I've been told that if you lay like that plastic down on the ground, and it kind of like attract all of the stuff because it has like some static electricity in it. You know, and do my little, like, you know, lift up the door right there and open the door over there and just kind of let it circulate. You know, I don't know if that might be what I do. I think I'm going to end up maybe pulling the doors off of it, and then just kind of hanging the doors, and then paint the whole kind of shell, doors, and hood kind of all at once, but, you know, on separate stands and stuff. I don't know. It's definitely a process, but I guess we'll get it figured out. And I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, be sure to check out my my Amazon, you know, like influencer link in the description. And yeah, stay tuned for some more Supra stuff. I am ordering a 2JZ this week, so you know, we can start ordering some go fast parts for this thing. But I don't know. We'll talk more about that later. But catch you guys later. Sorry for the ramble and not getting anything significant done.